It's Rolex o'clock. Yo, you guys won't believe this. $19 million. That's how much the most expensive Rolex ever sold for. Can you even wrap your head around that? We're talking about a watch that costs more than most private islands. But that's the thing about Rolex, man. They're not just watches. They're like investments, status symbols, pieces of history. And today, we're diving deep into the world of luxury watches to find out why a single Rolex can fetch such an insane price tag. Okay, so let's be real. Figuring out why a Rolex is so expensive is like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded while riding a unicycle on a tightrope. It's a complex puzzle that leaves many scratching their heads, but let's break it down, piece by piece, and see if we can make sense of it all. It's complicated. The intricacies involved in the making of a Rolex watch are mind-boggling. Imagine trying to understand the inner workings of a high-tech gadget without any prior knowledge. That's the level of complexity we're dealing with here. First off, you've got the brand itself. Rolex is like the Beyoncé of watches. Everyone knows it. Everyone wants it. The brand has built an image of prestige and excellence over the years, making it a household name. This kind of brand recognition doesn't come overnight. It takes decades of consistent quality and marketing. And that kind of demand, it ain't cheap. When a brand becomes synonymous with luxury, the prices naturally skyrocket. People are willing to pay a premium just to be associated with the name. It's like buying a piece of history, a symbol of status that speaks volumes without saying a word. Then there's the craftsmanship. We're talking painstaking attention to detail. Every little gear, every tiny screw is crafted with this insane level of precision. The watchmakers at Rolex are like artists, dedicating countless hours to perfect each piece. This level of craftsmanship ensures that every Rolex watch is not just a timepiece, but a work of art. These things are built to last longer than a Nokia phone, and you know those things are indestructible. Rolex watches are subjected to rigorous testing to ensure they can withstand the harshest conditions. Whether you're deep-sea diving or climbing a mountain, a Rolex is designed to endure. And let's not forget about the materials. We're talking high-grade stainless steel, gold, sometimes even platinum. These materials are not only durable, but also add to the aesthetic appeal of the watch. The use of such premium materials is another reason why Rolex watches come with a hefty price tag. Rolex doesn't mess around with cheap stuff. The brand is committed to using only the best materials available, ensuring that each watch is a masterpiece in its own right. This commitment to quality is what sets Rolex apart from other watchmakers. And on top of all that, you've got limited editions, rare models, vintage pieces, all driving up the price. These watches are not just timepieces, they're collectibles. Owning a limited edition or a rare model is like owning a piece of history, something that can be passed down through generations. It's like a perfect storm of luxury and exclusivity. When you combine brand prestige, exceptional craftsmanship, premium materials, and rarity, you get a product that is worth every penny. So the next time you see a Rolex with a jaw-dropping price tag, you'll know exactly why it's worth it. Rolex didn't just pop up overnight. This brand has been around for over a century, and its story is full of innovation and straight-up hustle. It all started back in 1905 with Hans Wilsdorf, this German dude who was obsessed with making reliable, accurate watches. Back then, wristwatches were seen as fragile, but Wilsdorf was like, nah, we can do better. And man, did he ever. Rolex was the first to get a wristwatch certified as a chronometer, which basically means it's super accurate. Then they came out with the Oyster, the first waterproof watch, which was a total game changer. I mean, imagine being able to wear your watch in the ocean, mind-blowing stuff back then. And then there's the Submariner, the Daytona, the GMT Master, all these iconic models that have become synonymous with adventure, success, and just plain cool. These watches weren't just telling time, they were making history. But let's rewind a bit and dive deeper into the early days. Hans Wilsdorf wasn't just any watchmaker, he was a visionary. Born in 1881 in Kulmbach, Germany, Wilsdorf had a knack for precision and a dream to create the most accurate wristwatches the world had ever seen. He moved to London in 1905 and founded Wilsdorf & Davis with his brother-in-law, Alfred Davis. They started by importing Swiss movements and placing them in quality cases. But Wilsdorf had bigger plans. He wanted to create a brand that stood for precision, reliability, and elegance. In 1908, Wilsdorf registered the trademark Rolex. a name that was easy to pronounce in any language and short enough to fit on the face of a watch. The name itself became synonymous with quality and innovation. By 1910, Rolex had achieved the first Swiss certificate of chronometric precision, awarded by the official watch rating center in Bienne. This was a monumental achievement and set the stage for Rolex's future successes. The 1920s brought about another revolutionary change. Wilsdorf introduced the Rolex Oyster in 1926, the world's first waterproof wristwatch. This was a groundbreaking innovation that changed the watch industry forever. To prove its effectiveness, Wilsdorf had a young swimmer named Mercedes Gleitze swim across the English Channel wearing the Oyster. The watch emerged from the water in perfect working condition, and the world took notice. The Oyster wasn't just a waterproof watch, it was a statement. It symbolized durability, reliability, and the spirit of adventure. This was a time when people were pushing the boundaries of exploration, and Rolex was right there with them. The brand continued to innovate, introducing the perpetual rotor in 1931, which led to the first self-winding wristwatch. This was yet another milestone that set Rolex apart from its competitors. As the years went by, Rolex kept pushing the envelope. The 1950s and 60s saw the introduction of some of the most iconic models in watchmaking history. The Submariner, launched in 1953, was the first watch to be water-resistant to a depth of 100 meters. It quickly became the go-to watch for divers and adventurers. The GMT Master, introduced in 1955, was designed for pilots and allowed them to keep track of multiple time zones. And then there's the Daytona, launched in 1963, which became the ultimate chronograph for racing drivers. These watches weren't just tools, they were symbols of success and achievement. They adorned the wrists of explorers, athletes, and celebrities, becoming a part of their stories. From the peak of Mount Everest to the depths of the ocean, Rolex watches have been there, witnessing history in the making. Today, Rolex continues to be a leader in the watch industry, constantly innovating and setting new standards. Their commitment to excellence remains unwavering, and their legacy is one of precision, durability, and timeless elegance. So the next time you see a Rolex, remember that it's not just a watch, it's a piece of history, a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of perfection. And then there's the Submariner, the Daytona, the GMT Master. All these iconic models that have become synonymous with adventure, success, and just plain cool. These watches weren't just telling time, they were making history. These watches weren't just telling time, they were making history. Alright, time to talk about the big kahuna. The watch that's probably making your jaw drop right now. This isn't just any watch, it's a piece of history, a symbol of luxury, and a testament to timeless style. The most expensive Rolex ever sold is none other than the Paul Newman Rolex Daytona, a watch that has transcended its functional purpose to become a cultural icon. And get this, it went for a cool $17.8 million in 2017. That's right, nearly $18 million for a single watch. Yeah, you heard that right. This wasn't just any Daytona though. This was a watch with a story, a legacy, and a name that resonates with watch enthusiasts and collectors alike. This wasn't just any Daytona though. It was owned by the man himself, the legend, Paul Newman. Newman, an actor, a philanthropist, and a race car driver, was known for his impeccable taste and style. He wore this watch for years, racing cars, pushing the limits of speed and endurance. This watch was with him through countless races, victories, and moments of sheer adrenaline. Hanging out with cool people, mingling with celebrities, and attending glamorous events. This watch was more than just an accessory. It was a witness to a life lived to the fullest. You know, being Paul Newman, a man who was as comfortable on the red carpet as he was on the racetrack. This watch was a part of his identity, a reflection of his multifaceted life. The watch itself is pretty special too. It's not just about who owned it, but also about its unique features and design elements that make it stand out. It's got this unique dial with these Art Deco-style numerals, a design that is both elegant and distinctive. The craftsmanship and attention to detail are simply unparalleled, and it's one of the rarest Daytonas ever made. This rarity adds another layer of allure and desirability, making it a coveted piece among collectors. So you've got this perfect storm of rarity, historical significance, and celebrity provenance, all driving up the price to astronomical levels. It's not just a watch, it's a piece of history, a work of art, and a symbol of a bygone era. The Paul Newman Rolex Daytona is truly the holy grail of horology. So, what's the deal with Rolex? Why are these watches such a big deal? Well, it's about more than just telling time. A Rolex is a statement. It's a symbol of success, of adventure, of a certain kind of lifestyle. It's like joining an exclusive club, one where the membership fee is the price of a small car. But it's also about craftsmanship, heritage, and owning a piece of history. These watches are built to last generations, and they hold their value like crazy. In a world where everything feels disposable, a Rolex is a reminder that some things are made to stand the test of time. So, what do you guys think? Are Rolex watches really worth the hype? Would you ever drop that kind of cash on a timepiece? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you're as obsessed with luxury and design as I am, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out my other videos. I'm always on the hunt for the most incredible, mind-blowing stuff out there. So we just went down the rabbit hole that is the world of luxury watches, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride. Who knew a little piece of metal on your wrist could be worth more than a house? But that's the thing about Rolex, right? They're not just watches, they're stories, they're legacies. They're a reminder that sometimes the best things in life are worth waiting for, working for, and yeah, maybe even saving up for. Peace out.